What if you could honor your kids, care for your parents, and still keep a piece of yourself intact? If you're a sandwich generation mom, you know the struggle is real. Days start before the sun even rises and end long after it sets. You're still carrying the weight of kids and parents and patients. Some days it feels like there's no breathing room. But here's the thing. The weight doesn't have to crush you. Today I'm offering 5 shifts that make the chaos feel lighter, the guilt a little less heavy, and the everyday moments a little sweeter. These shifts help you move through this season with steadiness and compassion. You'll come away with the sense of hope that, yes, I can navigate the demands of medicine, family, and life and still feel like myself. So take a breath and lean in. Find the full transcript and bonus resources for physician moms at inspiredmommds.com/76. Thank you so much for joining me today. You're listening to the Inspired Mom MDs podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Cindy Van Prague. I help physician moms take back control of their time and energy so they can prioritize what matters most and thrive at work and at home. Now, a few days ago, I picked up Pema Chodron's book, How We Live is How We Die, and it was like seeing my life with more clarity in print. You see, my mind is always searching for the right formula for balance and peace, and I can never quite nail down that formula when life keeps changing. I remember when I was 5 months pregnant and I had just found out my mom had lymphoma. I somehow lived through that whole, joyous change of pregnancy and birth of my daughter, and I'm so glad she was there to see that. And all of this while managing the severe illness of my own mother. My baby was about to turn 1 when my mom passed, and the whole experience was so disorienting. And then it hit me. Life doesn't hand us one transition at a time. It layers them. And many physician moms are right in the middle of what's called the sandwich generation. One moment we're cheering at a soccer game or helping with a college application essay, and the next we're calling our parents specialists and navigating new medications or simply worrying about them in the middle of the night. It's a hidden weight that many carry. They're parenting on one side and caregiving on the other, all while running a demanding practice in between and trying to take care of themselves too. This is the reality of the sandwich generation mom. Milestones with kids on one side and aging parents on the other side. The calendar never seems to leave breathing space. The text from your teen or call from your mom, they all come at once. Guilt can prevail when you're never doing enough. And anxiety can seep in when the future is just so uncertain. And so your own energy feels stretched thin, like a rubber band about to snap. Pema Chodron's book also helped me understand the deeper layer of suffering itself, and this alone can be transformative. In a small nutshell, recognizing that resistance to change creates more pain than the change itself. Think about that for a moment. It takes far more, often counterproductive energy to resist what will happen anyway. Wow, this realization alone opens the door to something better when you stop resisting. There is peace in motion and steadiness in the chaos. So here's the good news. While we can't stop the transitions, we can navigate them with more ease and compassion and steadiness. So what can a doctor mom in the sandwich generation actually do? How do you honor both patients and family while keeping yourself intact? I've distilled this into 5 shifts around mindset, perspective, and practical moves that can help you navigate the guilt and overwhelm that comes with being in a sandwich. The first is to recognize transition is constant. Life is always in motion, right? This moment, this version of you will never come back. Every day is a transition. The ground is constantly shifting beneath your feet. And sometimes it's subtle, but sometimes it shakes your whole world, right? So recognizing this helps you stop fighting inevitable change. Transitions aren't interruptions to life, they are life. One week you're packing your kid for summer camp. The next you're driving your parent to a doctor appointment. And the ground just never stays still, and that's normal. Transition is constant. The second shift is to accept what today will bring. Acceptance doesn't mean you have to love every hard moment. It means choosing peace over the anxiety of trying to control the uncontrollable. It's choosing to try not to fit everything into a perfect balance because you accept that that's just not possible. Instead of fighting the frustration of maybe charts left unfinished or dishes in the sink at night, which is a pet peeve of mine, you can choose to accept that tonight just might not look like you had hoped, but tomorrow brings another chance. So acceptance isn't giving up. It's freeing yourself from extra suffering that comes from wishing reality was different. The third shift is to treasure the present moment. You only get this moment once. Make it meaningful, not perfect. Whether it's ice cream with your teenager at home from college or a phone call to your mom or dad, lean into it. Let go of regrets and let the moment teach you what matters most. When my teenage girl actually wants to sit on my office chair and talk, I listen. I take my earbuds out and I turn away from the computer. Or when my dad tells me the same story again that he told me like 2 months ago, I listen because someday I know I'll long to hear it. These small moments are the glue that holds us through bigger transitions, and I'm getting choked up here. The fourth shift is to hold firm to boundaries. Caring for others is noble, but your health and energy and well-being are not optional extras. Boundaries aren't selfish, they're survival tools. So if your friend calls you during clinic hours, it's okay to let that go to voicemail and call back later. Protecting your work boundaries preserves energy for you and her, right? When you get back to her later. Boundaries aren't walls. They're what allow us to keep showing up with love instead of resentment. And the final shift is to lean on your community. You're not meant to carry this all alone. You could join local caregiver support groups or text a fellow doctor mom who's also experienced this sandwich season, and that will shift the weight. And when you hear other stories, that reminds you that you're not alone. So turn your face to the sun because you have the strength to walk this road, even in hard seasons. These 5 shifts won't erase the challenge of being a sandwich generation mom, but they will help you move through this season of your life with more steadiness and peace. Change may be constant, but so is your capacity to adapt. And when you forget, because we all do, come back to the small truths that life is always moving forward and you don't have to carry everything alone. And every moment, even the really difficult ones, the messy ones, is a once-in-a-lifetime chance. So here's my invitation for you this week. Which of the 5 shifts speaks to you the most right now? The first was recognizing that all these transitions and changes are constant. The second is acceptance of what cannot be controlled. The third is treasure and hold the present moment. The fourth was hold firm to your boundaries and protect yourself. And last was to lean on community. Choose one shift and practice it just for a week and notice how it lightens your load. Because while you can't stop change, you can soften those rough spots that come along with it. And that's how you begin to move through this season of being in a sandwich with more steadiness and more peace. Don't forget to join me next week for another dose of support and inspiration. And until then, take care of yourselves and take care of those who matter most. It's time to take control and thrive. Thank you so much for tuning in today to Inspired Mom MDs. If this episode resonates with you, please share with a friend who may benefit too. And I humbly ask you to please leave a review so other doctor moms can find me too. Thank you. And just a quick reminder, this podcast is for informational and educational purposes only and isn't a substitute for medical advice or care. I'm a board-certified physician, but this content isn't connected to my clinical practice, and no doctor-patient relationship is formed here. Please always talk to your own health professional about any mental or physical health concerns. Please see inspiredmommds.com for full disclaimer.